Greetings and hallucinations, ladies and lads. I am Chancellor of the harmonious frequencies of the mighty empire of Onion, and this is Factorio. Well, I just noticed this guy isn't getting any sulfuric acid, and apparently the problem is actually the water. There's 0 of 100 water coming in, which is odd because I was thinking that water line has its own pump separate from all of this. It does. Yeah. 100 of 100. So I must have cut it off somewhere and forgotten about it. Right here. It's cut off, isn't it? Yeah. So quick fix. There we go. Now it should be producing properly. Yes. Okay. Wonderful. I think I saw that when I was editing the last video, and I just forgot about it before now. We've burnt through most of the construction work that I was doing. Crafting, whatever you want to call it. And I haven't updated what we're researching for the sole purpose of backing up our science packs and stuff. So you can now see that they are pretty thoroughly backed up. That'll last at least one research. Probably. Maybe. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Maybe. Possibly. I had something very important that I was going to do. Here we go. Coal liquefaction. So this way we can process heavy oil into petroleum gas. Wait a minute. This turns it into heavy oil and light oil and petroleum gas? That's terrible news. I was hoping it would just use up heavy oil. Do I not have anything besides lubricant that I can use heavy oil for? We can turn it into solid fuel, but we are already maxed out on our solid fuel production. I actually changed up how it's outputting so that 3 of them are outputting on the inside of the belt, and that caught everything up, even the power production. So now we are maxed out on our solid fuel production and consumption just with these 4 machines. So I wonder if I might need to turn at least one of them, maybe 2 of them, into heavy oil solid fuel production. And this only takes 10 per. So one of them converted ought to be enough to at least increase the usage of heavy oil. So if we... Let's see. I wish there was a way to just disconnect it from the machine. There. There we go. Okay, now it connects. So now we are producing solid fuel with heavy oil. So that will use up a little bit of that in there. Because you can see by the levels that we're storing up more heavy oil than we are light. We're at 19k, 16k only of the light oil. This should still be processing into lubricant. It is. And this isn't full, so it's being used up at least at the speed that it's producing. What is this waiting on? Aha. Circuits. And what are the circuits waiting on? Wires? Why are the wires operating so slowly? We have plenty of copper, so it's just the speed of production of these. Would it be worth it then to step one of these up to an assembling 3? Is that overkill? We're gonna find out. You know, in fact, I think it wouldn't be overkill to replace both of these with assembler level 3s so that they can produce enough wires, because we're just not getting up here. I was considering removing this one, but in order to keep up with the production for these, I feel like this is necessary. See, it does fill up at a certain point, but then it's definitely producing. Otherwise, this one would be getting plenty of materials here. But it's not. There we go. Now it's finally starting to get some. It almost acts like it can't output fast enough now. Item production overload. Yeah, it can't output fast enough now. Maybe I do my first ever fast transport belts. How many would I need for this? Okay, while we're waiting for those transports or transport belts to build up. We need to start a new research. Didn't I tell it to research these? No, because I found out that's not what I wanted. Okay. We want to eventually make it to the science pack, right? So let's get into productivity and speed 3. That seems crazy. How are we already there? Let's work instead on some of these simpler ones. What do we need to get to Power Armor Mark II is my question. Military 4? Perfect. Perfect. Let's research that. Yes. So that'll start eating up a whole bunch of research points. Of course, then we'll have production left over, which is fine. We'll use up those after that. Man, it takes ages for these things to build. And then I'm building walls also after that. I could do with some more bricks and things on me. I was trying to shore up the defenses because, well, let me show you in person here. I expanded this out. We're using quite a bit of the accumulator charge during the night, so I expanded this area out with turrets and walls so that we can eventually extend the power production down this direction with another pump, another water line, boilers, and all that. We could also expand the solar field here, but I don't think that that's necessary until we have even more accumulators. We aren't using all of our accumulator charge at night, but we do start to use it. And so that's something that I may want to work on. I probably ought not to have done this. I don't know what I was thinking. I'll probably run this belt around, so that way we can add 3 more accumulators on this side of this thing. I really like these accumulator banks around the large towers. I just think they look right. But yeah, we could probably shorten that up. I was also considering shortening up the coal line to follow along, right along there and around. I guess eventually I want to have the science packs around here somewhere. But I think what I'm going to do with those, since we don't have a 3 square distance inserter that we can use to grab science from the outside edge here. So I think what I'm going to eventually do is put a robot depot, whatever they're called. What are they called? Roboport. There it is. So we're going to build one of those nearby, and we'll have the space packs deposited in one of those provider chests, and then the robots will provide space packs to the labs. And that's how we'll get space science packs into there. I think it makes sense, at least it does in my mind, so that's probably what I'm going to do. Let's take a peek at the fuel situation again. Interesting. Why have these stopped now? Did I cut off? I cut off the oil. Okay. We've got it now. Just shut that there. Yeah. Now they're all producing. Good. Ugh. These underground pipes are my favorite because I can walk around them, but man, I'll be danged if I don't accidentally disconnect things all the time, as you've seen already in this one episode. Yeah, I think this is reasonable. We've got 2-to-1 production, basically, for the solid fuel. And then this guy's sort of a backup, more or less, with the light oil. Because we're using heavy oil for lubricant, we're not using light oil really for anything else. Petroleum gas is all to balance it out. So I think that that is sufficient for now. Pretty pleased about it. I was trying to find a way that I might possibly be able to increase the production of these things, but the way that it's jammed in here, I really don't think that there is a way for me to increase the production, because it needs all these resources, right? The steel, plastic, copper, and batteries all. Does it need batteries? It doesn't need batteries. Steel, plastic, and copper. If I could get the copper and plastic on the same belt, our low-density structures are what is holding us back right now on production. Low-density structures and the processing units, but processing units a little bit less so, I think, because we need 3 low-density structures for each unit of what these are called. Science packs. Okay, now we can go into Power Armor Mark II if we wanted to. Let's see. So construction robotics is what gives us the RoboPort and all of this. So let's go ahead and start the research on that. And we'll work to improve that. I was trying to figure out how I can rejig this to expand this, but it's still not coming to me. Okay, I'll continue thinking about that, but for right now, we want to speed this up a bit. Yeah. That was exactly enough. Wow. Those fast inserters really just grab them up as soon as they come out. That's amazing. So this guy still isn't getting very many, what are these called? Circuits. Good grief. There's so many items in the game. My brain already doesn't work properly. And then I have to remember the name of every item. It's crazy. This guy's working a little slow now too. Let's see if we can speed him up a little. Okay, so at this point, I feel like we need to take this guy down. So that we can guarantee that this guy's getting as many circuits as he needs. I kind of wonder about it though, because this guy's producing faster than this guy is, right? So while this one is producing a thing, this guy's producing much faster. Let's swap this back to a 2. Yeah, I think that's alright. Because we're already almost backing up on these. So I don't mind slowing those down a little bit. That'll also mean that it doesn't need to take as many circuits off of the belt, so the circuits can continue down to the processing units, which are starting to back up finally. Personal RoboPort sounds fantastic to put in our power armor. We're also going to need the portable fusion reactor, though, to get that going, so let's get that started researching. We never did build that in the last playthrough, or we built it at the very end, I can't remember. Yeah, we're almost full on ammo, which is great. Yeah, see, we're using accumulator charge even during the day now. We're down to 210. It must be because I'm running the labs. I wasn't running the labs while I was waiting to start the episode. But now that we are running the labs, I think we might need to expand the power production now. Ugh, I can make 666 pipes. That's wonderful. But seriously, though, let's get into this. Okay. Went AFK for a little while, so let's check and make sure everybody's still alive here. Yeah, we're very open over on this side, which is something I probably should have fixed by now. But thankfully, nobody has attacked. These guys aren't quite annoyed yet. They will be, though, because we need to get this copper down here. If we look, yeah, several of our copper miners are out, and we're actually falling behind on ore production here. So copper is definitely our next big problem. Okay, rocket control unit. I guess we'll go for that, because that's going to get us towards the science. We'll do that. And then let's run this belt, like I said before. And I'll connect those up after this has been used up. I'll be surprised if it happens very quickly, though. Okay, here we go. We are about to have almost double the power production that we had before. Let's see, what do we have up here? I'd say 10, probably. So we have 50% more power production now. And it takes a little while to ramp up, but yeah, we should eventually be producing way more than we need. And we shouldn't be dipping into the accumulators anymore. Yeah, you can see it. There it goes. It's starting to ramp up. Well, no, it's using accumulator charge. That's why it buzzed up like that, but yeah. Actually, these don't have any water in them right now. I'll tell you that. There. So they're all connected up to the same line, but since there's 2 pumps here now, I feel like the 2 pumps will be able to supply enough water for all of them. I didn't want them to be linked, but these power lines wouldn't connect up nicely until I had moved all of these lower ones up by 1. And I don't yeah, we might have room for 5 more. So we could effectively double the production that we did have going before. I can't get through this direction. I might want to fix that. I might want to see if I can move these all over by 1 so that I can have a pathway through there. Because it's annoying to not be able to fit through there. Plus I would like to have another accumulator there. Maybe I'll see if I can connect up from here over this direction and have the solar field over here somewhere. Anyway, so heavy oil isn't being produced very much now. Light oil isn't being produced very much now. Or at least we're not storing very much anymore. We have crude oil, so it's not for lack of production there. I don't see this operating at present. Is it because there's too much petroleum gas in the mix? I feel like that's the case. It's not being able to offload the petroleum gas inside it, so it can't go anywhere. We are still falling behind on these. I thought about it, and I might have a really wacky solution as I do, you know? Okay, bear with me. Connected. Now, we need the plastic to join up with the steel up here. So we're going to come around. Okay. And so we're going to have an assembling machine here. Okay. Now, we need these batteries to be doing something a little bit different. There. There. So now we've doubled our low-density structure output. What have I messed up for you? Oh, you need the steel to be available. There we go. Now it's back. Okay. Yes. Wonderful. Man, every time I log into this game, I'm always fixing things. Having to fix things, I mean. I don't always get them fixed. Maybe. Oh, we can make cluster grenades. I didn't know about that. We can also make explosive rockets. Yeah, please. Let's see. They require 1 rockets, 2 explosives. If we take these out of our inventory here, does that increase the number we can make? No, because I think we need more explosives, probably. I don't know if you know this, but I have a stack of explosives right here. There's always more stuff to fix. Yeah, the unloading from the train is actually interfering with the mining that we're able to do with these machines, because what's unloaded off the train gets onto the belt first when it comes around here. I'm not sure if there's an easy way to fix that. I'll have to think about that and figure it out another time. We really desperately need copper, though. Yeah, okay, so we'll get 2 train stops going. We'll need a bunch of engines, so let's go get those. Oh, hang on. We got attacked here? When did that happen? And from where? These guys, maybe? There's a dot here, too. What is that? Oh, he's stuck. Medium spitter. Hello? Oh, my gun is the wrong one. There. Okay. Dead. Interesting. Okay. Well. I'm surprised they didn't go after this tower here. It's only barely guarded by this. Okay. We're going to want the copper to be unloaded up here somewhere, though. Like in this area. So we may need to move these guns out. We'll move these guns down. I'll get that done first before we go further. Oh, here they come, too. Oh, no. I haven't put any bullets in there yet. Yeah, okay. Wild. Man. Okay, it looked like they were trying to come up and around, too, so I'm probably going to have to extend the firing line here up this way. Get our cliff explosives going. Wahoo. It's always a lot of fun. Okay. Yeah, they're really coming in. More frequently. Okay. These two guys are going to be here to defend the train when it comes in, though, because it's going to come in to deliver on through this hole. Alright, there's not a lot of room in here, and I worry about the angle that we're going to have to pull to get the train in. Let's just start like this. Start as far over as we can. There we go, straight through the middle. Nice. That'll be a good start. We'll get rid of some of these cliffs, though, for sure. And we need to head up here to see what it's all like. I may extend this down a little bit further, also, because it's always weird unloading on an angle, as we saw with the iron like this. It's a little bit weird. And I may even straighten this rail out a little bit before we have it curved so that I can bring this down and have it offload this direction here. Alright, let's take a look at what the path is like to get up here to the copper. Oh, a lot of trees in the way here, which is fine. We could dig up through this direction, I think is what we'll do. It's a lot easier to cut down trees outside the cart. I don't know if y'all realize this. Okay, pretty good sized copper field here. I think it said it was 5 million materials or something like that. So that is good. There's not a lot of biters around, which is also good. So, wow. You really like this corner too. Next episode, we're definitely going to have to take out some nests then, so that we can alleviate these attacks, but this is what we're doing right now. We're probably way over time as well. I haven't really been keeping track, if I'm honest. I've just decided that going to play the game, and wherever we end up at, it's going to have to be fine. I'll just edit it, you know. Okay, we got the rocket control unit finished, finally. We could get started on these productivity modules, speed module 3, and all that, so let's do. I want to get to the science so that we can figure out what we need in order to construct it. Okay, we're just about all set. We're going to need electricity to connect up, right? How far can they connect to? About here. That's good. Yeah. And then we'll need a little power for those. Perfect. Okay. And then I think, yeah, I will probably need more rails. We'll make all of them. And then connect it up as we return. Okay, here's where we get to use our magical cliff explosives. There they are. Now, if we needed to connect up to this one, can we? There we go. Connected. Okay. Yeah, another alert. We've been attacked down here tons of times already. Yeah, we're down to 93 bullets there. No damage to the walls, surprisingly enough. But that's the main place that we've been attacked. I don't think we've been attacked up here very much. A little bit, but not much. So that's fine. We'll come down here and repair. Okay, perfect timing. We'll bring this guy out here. He'll go underneath. There. Okay, so both sides of the belt come up. And over this way. Perfect. Alright, now we just have to get electricity out there to it. Oh, that does reach all the way across the tracks, which is magnificent. Okay. Yeah, the solid fuel is ready to go all the way through again. These guys are all out of gas. It was just the steel though, so that's fortunate. So I built a gate I don't see how exactly it works. I'll have to figure it out later. I obviously need more than one gate to extend across a rail like this. So yeah, we will figure that out later. Let's build some more of these. Sure, we'll need them. And then let's connect electricity all the way back to the start and set the program for the train. There. We are all connected. So we get copper pickup until full cargo, and then copper drop off until empty cargo. Done. Yeah. So it's coming in on both sides. This one's definitely coming in on both sides. We're not filling up here, but that's okay. That's gonna happen. We'll throw... Yeah, I thought so. Okay, we've got to start though. That's the most important thing. Let's head back to the base then, because I need belts, and we're going to need some more miners. Man, I think that's going to do it for this episode though. I've been recording for probably an hour or so longer than I had intended to, so about twice as long as I had intended to. But I feel like we got a lot of things accomplished, and hopefully our base here isn't going to be totally wrecked too soon, at least. Take these back, and then yeah, we need to pick up some solid fuel so that we can dump them into burners and trains and stuff like that. That'll help with the usage of our petroleum stuff anyway, so that's good. Yeah, we're actually almost out of oil for some reason. Maybe I need a storage tank for petroleum gas. Yeah, we'll disconnect this light oil from the petroleum gas line so it's not producing. And maybe that will help us to back up the production of light and heavy oil. So if I do like this, dang it, this stupid pipe, there we go. If it just wouldn't connect up, then everything would be fine. But anytime it touches another pipe, it says that it wants to connect up entirely. Okay, so now both of these refineries are pumping petroleum gas into the line for both sulfur and plastic. Now we ought to be refining more crude oil, and that ought to give us light and heavy oil waste now. Yeah, 4K, 4K. So we really don't have that much in storage anymore, which worries me for the production of our solid fuel here. I'm still going to steal some for the train and other things, because we are kind of backed up right now with it. But we'll see how it goes. Okay, that's it for this episode. If you want to catch another one, be sure to subscribe. Consider supporting my channel through the Patreon link down in the video description, and feel free to check out any of my other videos or playlists that you might be interested in. I thank you so much for all the time that you spend on my channel, and I hope blessings of wisdom and peace on all of you. Farewell.